join us in this exciting exploration of the world of ultra-rare coins that have sold for jaw-dropping amounts at auction. From historic pieces with fascinating backstories to modern marvels that collectors dream of owning, we'll dive into what makes these coins so special and valuable. Could a simple penny from 1964 be worth millions of dollars? Today, we dive into the mystery behind the 1964 no-mint mark Lincoln penny. Learn the coin's rich history, its value, and why some believe it might be worth a fortune. The Lincoln penny has been a staple of U.S. currency since 1909, featuring the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, front, side. In 1964, millions of these coins were struck by the U.S. Mint. But one key detail about the 1964 penny sets it apart. Some of these pennies have no mint mark. Most coins struck in Philadelphia don't have a mint mark, and this was common practice for pennies from 1964. So, what's so special about this no mint mark penny? Let's set the stage. 1964 was a critical year for the U.S. Mint. The country was facing a coin shortage due to rising demand for small denominations. In response, the Mint increased penny production and struck over 2 billion Lincoln pennies that year. These pennies were minted in 2 locations, Philadelphia and Denver. But if your penny doesn't have a mint mark, it was likely made in Philadelphia. At first glance, the 1964 no-mint mark penny seems ordinary. After all, Philadelphia mint coins often lack a mint mark. But there are rare varieties and unique era coins from this year that have sparked interest among collectors. Here's where things get interesting. Some collectors have speculated that certain 1964 no-mint mark pennies could be worth a small fortune, possibly even millions of dollars. But where does this rumor come from? Some rare coins from other years, especially era pennies like the 1943 copper penny, have sold for thousands or even millions at auctions. However, most 1964 pennies don't share that rarity. So, is your 1964 penny really worth millions? Probably not, unless you've stumbled upon one of these ultra-rare varieties. What really gives a 1964 penny value are rare errors or unusual features. Here are some things to watch for. 1. Double die errors. 2. Off-center strikes. 3. Repunched mint marks, RPMs. 4. Condition uncirculated or mint state. A double die error occurs when the coin is struck more than once, creating a noticeable doubling of the design. If you have a 1964 penny with this type of error, it could be worth hundreds, or even thousands of dollars, depending on its condition. Another key factor in determining value is the coin's condition. Uncirculated or mint-state pennies from 1964 can be highly valuable to collectors. The better the condition, the higher the price. Some rare, era 1964 pennies in top condition have been sold at auctions for impressive amounts, though none have reached the $1 million mark yet. So, what's the realistic value of your 1964 no-mint mark Lincoln penny? A standard penny from this year is typically worth just 1 cent in circulation, but if it's in mint condition, it could fetch anywhere from $1 to $20 from collectors. However, if you've got one of those rare era coins we mentioned earlier, you could be looking at hundreds, or even thousands of dollars. To check if your penny is valuable, consult a coin grading service or visit a reputable coin dealer. And always use a magnifying glass to spot any potential errors. You never know what you might find. Whether your 1964 penny is worth millions or just a few cents, it's still a piece of American history. So, go ahead, check your piggy banks and old coin jars. You might be holding on to something far more valuable than you think. If you're into coins, collectibles, or hidden treasures, you're in for a treat. Today, we're diving into the world of pennies, specifically the 1977 Lincoln penny with an no-mint mark. Could this simple penny in your pocket be worth millions? You'll be surprised at what we uncover. Before we talk about the value, let's rewind a bit and get into the fascinating history of the Lincoln penny. The Lincoln cent was first introduced in 1909, celebrating the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, this iconic coin has been in circulation for over a century, making it the longest-running design in U.S. history. But here's where things get interesting. In 1977, the US Mint produced millions of pennies, but if you look closely at some of them, you'll notice something strange. There's no mint mark. Normally, pennies minted in Philadelphia don't carry a mint mark, so this should be no big deal, right? Not quite. This detail can make all the difference when it comes to the coin's value. So, what's the deal with mint marks? Mint marks are small letters found on coins that indicate where they were produced. Most US coins have mint marks such as D for Denver, S for San Francisco, or no mark for Philadelphia. In 1977, Philadelphia coins didn't carry a mint mark for pennies. While this might seem ordinary, it's how perfectly preserved some of these coins are that has collectors buzzing. Okay, so why are these 1977 pennies with no mint mark so valuable? It's all about condition. If you have one in pristine condition, what collectors call mint state, it could be worth far more than its face value of 1 cent. According to coin grading experts, a flawless, untouched 1977 Lincoln penny with no mint mark can fetch hundreds, even thousands of dollars at auction. Some reports claim that top-graded versions of these coins have sold for over $10,000. But there's a catch. Not every 1977 penny without a mint mark will make you rich. Coins need to be graded by professionals to assess their condition. The grading scale ranges from 1, poor, to 70, perfect mint state, and the closer your coin is to that perfect 70, the more valuable it becomes. So, why the hype around these particular pennies? Well, it's not just about rarity. It's the combination of scarcity, demand, and condition. Collectors love finding high-quality coins from common circulation because it's like finding treasure where you least expect it. The 1977 penny may seem ordinary, but its historical significance and condition make it a potential jackpot for the lucky owner. Now you might be asking, do I have one of these valuable pennies in my pocket? The first thing you want to do is check for the year, 1977 of course, and make sure there's no mint mark under the date. After that, the key is condition. The closer your penny looks to brand new, the better. Take a look for sharp details on Lincoln's face, smooth surfaces, and minimal wear. If your penny seems too good to be true, it might just be. Sending it to a professional grading service is the next step if you think you've hit the coin collector's jackpot. So, could your ordinary-looking 1977 penny without a mint mark be worth millions? While it's not guaranteed, there's always a chance. Coins like these prove that history, condition, and demand can turn pocket change into something extraordinary. Thanks so much for watching. Have you checked your spare change for rare coins? Drop a comment below and let us know if you've ever found a valuable coin. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications for more coin collecting tips and treasure hunting stories. Until next time, happy collecting! We're diving into the fascinating world of coins and uncovering the story behind a humble 1982 Lincoln penny that's been making headlines for its staggering worth, in the millions of dollars. You heard that right. A penny, worth 1 cent, could fetch you a fortune, but what makes this 1982 penny so valuable? Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know everything you need to about this rare coin and how to spot one that might just make you a millionaire. Let's start with a little background. The Lincoln penny was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. It's one of the most iconic coins in U.S. history, and has been in circulation for over a century. But in 1982, something interesting happened that would set this particular penny apart from the rest. 1982 was a year of change for the U.S. Mint. Up until that year, pennies were primarily made of copper. But due to rising copper prices, the U.S. Mint decided to switch the penny's composition from 95% copper to a copper-plated zinc core. This was a major shift, and it's where the mystery of the 1982 no mint mark penny begins. Now, what about the no mint mark part? Typically, coins have a small letter stamped on them, called a mint mark, to show where they were produced. A D for Denver, or an S for San Francisco. But what happens when a penny doesn't have a mint mark? It usually means it was produced in Philadelphia. However, in the case of the 1982 Lincoln penny, No mint mark combined with the coin's composition made a big difference. In fact, this anomaly has led collectors on a hunt to find the rare few that are worth big money. Okay, here's where it gets really interesting. A very specific version of the 1982 penny, one made of bronze with no mint mark, has turned out to be incredibly rare. Most pennies from 1982 were zinc-based, but a few leftover copper blanks were accidentally used in production. These rare copper pennies, with no mint mark, are the ones that can fetch a fortune. In fact, one of these pennies was sold at auction for over $1 million. So, if you have a 1982 penny, it's time to check its weight. The copper pennies are heavier, weighing around 3.11 grams, while the zinc pennies are only 2.5 grams. Get yourself a good scale, and if your penny weighs 3.11 grams and has no mint mark, you could be sitting on a gold mine. Now, let's break down how to identify if your 1982 penny is the valuable one. Here's what to look for. Check for the absence of a D or S below the year. No mint mark means it was made in Philadelphia. The key difference is the material. You need to know if it's made of copper or zinc. Remember, copper is heavier. Weigh the penny. If it weighs 3.11 grams, you might have a rare copper penny. If it's 2.5 grams, it's a common zinc version. If your penny meets these criteria, it's time to get it authenticated by a professional coin grader. This is important because authenticity and condition can significantly affect the coin's value. So why is this 1982 penny worth so much? It's simple economics, rarity and demand. Only a few of these bronze pennies exist because most were made of zinc. The combination of its rarity, historical significance, and the fact that it's a transitional year coin makes it highly sought after by collectors. On top of that, coin collectors love errors and anomalies. When a mistake like this happens at the US Mint, it often leads to the creation of coins that can fetch huge sums at auction. So, you've found a rare 1982 no mint mark copper penny. What's next? First, get it professionally graded by a reputable service like PCGS or NGC. This will give potential buyers confidence that your coin is genuine and in good condition. Once it's graded, you can list it for sale at a coin auction or even online marketplaces where collectors are actively searching for rare coins. Remember, the better the condition, the more it's worth. A high-quality specimen could easily sell for hundreds of thousands, if not millions. And there you have it. The 1982 no mint mark Lincoln penny might just be the most valuable penny in your pocket right now. Imagine turning 1 cent into $1 million. That's the magic of coin collecting. Make sure to like this video if you learned something new, and hit that subscribe button for more amazing coin stories and valuable finds. Who knows, the next $1 million coin could be hiding in your change jar. We're talking about the 1984 D mint mark Lincoln penny, a coin that could potentially be worth millions of dollars. Asterisk asterisk, that's right. A seemingly ordinary penny from 1984 might just make you a fortune if you know what to look for. But what makes this penny so special? Well, it's all in the details. And we're about to dive into the incredible history, key features, and how to spot one that could be worth big bucks. Asterisk asterisk, the Lincoln cent, introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth, has been a staple in American currency ever since. But the 1984 D mint mark penny is one of the rarest in the series, and its backstory is quite fascinating. Asterisk, in 1984, the Denver Mint struck millions of pennies, but only a few had what collectors call an error, and it's this error that has skyrocketed the value of the 1984 D Lincoln penny. So, what's the error? It's called the double ear error. Some of the 1984 pennies feature a noticeable doubling in Lincoln's ear. If you look closely, you can actually see a second lobe on the ear, almost as if Lincoln's got an extra. This unique minting mistake was caused by a misaligned die during the striking process. Asterisk asterisk, these types of errors are known as double die errors, and they happen when the die used to strike the coin shifts or gets out of alignment. This minor defect wasn't caught during production, so some pennies with the double ear were released into circulation. What makes this even more exciting is how rare it is. Asterisk asterisk, now, Here's how you can check if you have one of these rare pennies hiding in your collection. You'll need a magnifying glass or a coin microscope. Focus on Lincoln's ear, and look for any signs of doubling. It'll appear like a second earlobe stacked on top of the first one, a dead giveaway. ***, be careful not to confuse minor scratches or wear with this true doubled die error. If you find one, congratulations! You might just have a coin worth thousands, or even millions, depending on its condition. So, how much can one of these coins fetch? Well, the value of the 1984 double-ear Lincoln penny depends on its condition, or what collectors call its grade. Coins in lower grades might only sell for a few $100s, but if your penny is in pristine condition, mint state, or MS, it could be worth several $1,000s. One of these pennies even sold at auction for over $10,000. And who knows, if demand continues to rise, we could see prices go even higher. Some experts speculate that top-grade examples of this penny could eventually be worth millions. If you think you've struck gold and found a 1984 double-ear penny, it's important to preserve its condition. Store it in a protective case to avoid scratches, dirt, or tarnish. If you want to get the most out of your coin, consider having it graded by a professional coin grading service, like PCGS or NGC. A certified grade will help establish your coin's value when you're ready to sell. You can list it on auction sites like eBay or send it to a professional coin auction for the chance of landing a big payday. So there you have it. The story of the 1984 mint mark Lincoln penny with the double ear error. It's a small coin with a huge potential. Whether you're an experienced collector or just someone who loves a good treasure hunt, always keep an eye out for these rare gems. You never know, that penny sitting in your jar at home could be worth a fortune. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss our next video, where we'll uncover more hidden treasures in everyday coins. Let us know in the comments below if you've ever found a valuable coin in your change. Until next time, happy hunting, We're diving into one of the most mysterious and valuable pennies ever minted, the 1984 no-mint mark Lincoln penny. Could you be holding on to $1 million treasure without even knowing it? Let's break down the history, key features, and why some of these pennies are worth serious money. The Lincoln penny has been in circulation since 1909, commemorating the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. It replaced the Indian head penny and was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person, Lincoln himself. Over the years, the design has seen a few tweaks, but the classic profile of Lincoln remains a constant. However, in 1984, something curious happened. Most Lincoln pennies have a small mint mark beneath the date, indicating where the coin was struck. A D for Denver, S for San Francisco, or no mark at all for Philadelphia. But what happens when there's no mint mark, yet the penny stands out in other ways? Well, for the 1984 Lincoln penny, this lack of a mint mark could be a major clue to hidden value. Here's the part that'll blow your mind. Certain 1984 Lincoln pennies are worth thousands, and in some cases, millions of dollars. But it's not just the missing mint mark that makes these coins so valuable, it's a rare error. Meet the 1984 double-ear penny. This penny has a famous error on Lincoln's ear, where it appears doubled. This is known as a double die error, and collectors go wild for this kind of thing. While the double ear isn't immediately noticeable, a trained eye, or even a good magnifying glass, can reveal this subtle but important difference. So, how much is this 1984 no-mint mark penny with the doubled ear error actually worth? Well, in recent years, some of these coins have sold for up to $20,000 in auctions, depending on their condition. But that's just the beginning. If you happen to have a mint state 67 grade penny or higher, you could be sitting on $1 million treasure. Coin grading plays a massive role in determining value. The better the condition, the more money you can get. Pennies graded in mint state by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC can fetch astronomical prices, especially with the error. Now you're probably wondering, do I have one of these rare pennies? Here's how to check. 1. It must be a 1984 penny. Point 2. No mint mark means it was minted in Philadelphia. Point 3. Use a magnifying glass to inspect Lincoln's ear closely. If it appears doubled, you might have struck gold, literally. If your penny checks these boxes, you should consider having it professionally graded, especially if it's in great condition. Whether you're a seasoned coin collector or just someone who has a jar of pennies collecting dust, it's worth giving your 1984 pennies a closer look. This humble 1-cent coin could be worth a fortune. Who knows? That 1984 penny in your pocket could be your ticket to an incredible payday. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed learning about this rare 1984 Lincoln penny, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and click the notification bell for more coin discoveries. Let me know in the comments, do you have any interesting pennies in your collection? Stay tuned for more treasure hunts. Have you ever checked your change and thought, what if this penny in my pocket is worth a fortune? Well, today, we're diving into the fascinating story of the 1985 Lincoln penny, the coin that's been making waves in the numismatic world. Could this humble coin be worth millions? Stick around, because you might want to start checking your piggy banks after this one. Let's start with a little history. The 1985 Lincoln penny is part of the long-running Lincoln cent series, first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Fast forward to 1985, the year of the penny in question. This coin was minted at the Denver Mint, which is why you'll notice the small D mint mark just below the date. Over 5.2 billion of these pennies were struck at the Denver Mint in 1985. So, you're probably wondering, if there are billions of these coins, what makes one of them worth potentially millions? Like with many coins, it's all about the details. Most 1985 Lincoln pennies are worth only their face value, 1 cent, but there are rare varieties, mint errors, and coins in exceptional condition that can fetch thousands, or even millions, of dollars. First, let's talk about mint errors. The US Mint occasionally makes mistakes when producing coins, and these errors can make a penny far more valuable to collectors. In the case of the 1985 penny, errors like off-center strikes, double dies, or coins struck on the wrong planchet have been discovered. Some of these mistakes are extremely rare, and that rarity can make your penny jump from being worth 1 cent to thousands of dollars. One of the most famous examples of a valuable mint error is the double die error, where the design is duplicated slightly, giving parts of the coin a doubled look. Other errors include cracked planchets or coins struck with misaligned dies. Collectors go crazy for these. Then there's the condition of the coin. Grading is everything when it comes to value. Coins in perfect mint state condition, those that are uncirculated and show absolutely no signs of wear, can be worth a lot more. In fact, some pristine 1985 Lincoln pennies have been graded as MS67 or higher and have sold for thousands at auctions. Grading services like PCGS and NGC use a scale from 1 to 70 to grade coins, with MS70 being a perfect, flawless coin. Even an MS67 or MS68 1985 penny could easily sell for several $1,000s. But what about that $1 million penny? Is it real? There have been rumors and reports of certain pennies fetching insane prices at auction, but in most cases, these are coins with rare mint errors, unique characteristics, or exceptional historical significance. While there hasn't been a confirmed sale of a 1985 Lincoln penny for millions yet, collectors are constantly on the lookout for the next big find. If you stumble across a penny with an extraordinary error or in near-perfect condition, you could be holding on to something extremely valuable. So, what's the takeaway? While the average 1985 penny might not be worth more than a few cents, rare errors or high-quality examples can easily be worth thousands. The key is to know what you're looking for. If you want to find out if your 1985 penny is valuable, start by looking for any oddities, double strikes, misprints, or signs that the coin wasn't struck correctly. You can also get your coins graded by professionals to determine their true worth. Thanks for joining me today. If you've got a 1985 Lincoln penny lying around, it might be time to take a closer look. Who knows, maybe you've got $1 million coin sitting in your pocket right now. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment below if you have any rare finds to share. See you next time. If you're passionate about discovering rare coins and learning their true worth, then you've come to the right place. Today, we're talking about the 1991 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, a coin that's been making headlines and exciting collectors. But is it really worth millions? First, let's talk history. The Lincoln penny has been in circulation since 1909, with the beloved Abraham Lincoln design created by Victor David Brenner. It's one of the longest-running coin series in U.S. history. By 1991, the penny had already seen decades of production with subtle changes to its design and composition. Now, what does no-mint mark mean? Normally, coins are stamped with a small letter indicating where they were made, P for Philadelphia, D for Denver, or S for San Francisco. But some coins, like those minted in Philadelphia, have no mint mark at all. So, if you have a 1991 penny without a mint mark, it likely came from the Philadelphia Mint. So, why all the buzz around the 1991 no mint mark Lincoln penny? Well, although many were made, some unique variations or minting errors can turn an ordinary penny into a collector's dream. These errors are often the key to the high value some of these coins hold. Collectors search for coins that have misstrikes, doubling on the letters, or other minting quirks that happen by mistake. These variations can send the value of a penny skyrocketing from just 1 cent to tens of thousands, or even millions of dollars. But here's the million-dollar question: can a 1991 no-mint mark Lincoln penny really be worth millions? The truth is, a standard 1991 penny without a mint mark is worth exactly 1 cent. However, if your penny has rare error characteristics, like a die crack, double die, or unusual metal composition, it could be worth a small fortune. In fact, some error pennies from other years have been sold for hundreds of thousands of dollars at major auctions. While there haven't been confirmed sales of a 1991 penny hitting the million-dollar mark yet, collectors are always on the lookout for that one unique coin that might just break records. So, how can you tell if your 1991 penny is worth more than face value? First, grab a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe. You'll want to check for common errors like, this is when the coin's design appears doubled, especially noticeable in the date or letters. Small cracks that appear due to worn-out dies during the minting process. This happens when the design of the penny is off-center, creating a visually unique and rare piece. If you spot any of these characteristics, your penny could be worth serious money. To truly know the value of your penny, you'll want to have it graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. These companies examine the coin's condition, rarity, and potential errors, giving it a grade on a scale of 1 to 70. The higher the grade, the more valuable your penny could be. Even in circulated condition, error coins can fetch hundreds or thousands of dollars at auction. And remember, the coin's value also depends on demand among collectors at the time. So, if you think you've struck gold with your 1991 Lincoln penny, where can you sell it? You've got several options. 1. A great starting point if you want a quick evaluation and potential sale. 2. Websites like eBay often see rare coins sell for thousands. 3. These are fantastic places to meet collectors and dealers who might offer you top dollar. 4. For the truly rare and valuable finds, you might consider taking your coin to a professional auction house like Heritage Auctions. So, could your 1991 no-mint mark Lincoln penny be worth millions? Maybe not quite yet, but you never know what you might find in your loose change. Keep an eye out for those minting errors, and who knows, you could be sitting on a hidden fortune. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss another coin video. Drop a comment below if you found any rare pennies. I'd love to hear your story. Until next time, happy hunting, and may you strike it rich! In today's episode, we're exploring the 2001 D Lincoln penny, a coin that has sparked interest in the numismatic community. Whether you're a seasoned collector or someone who's just starting to check their change, this video is for you. The Lincoln penny has been a staple of American currency since 1909, when it was first introduced to commemorate the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. It was the first US coin to feature a real historical figure and has been in continuous production ever since. But what makes the 2001 D penny so special? First, let's break down what the D stands for. The D indicates that this penny was minted in Denver, one of the two primary U.S. mint locations responsible for producing pennies. Over 5 billion Lincoln pennies were struck in Denver in 2001 alone, making them common, but not without potential hidden gems. Now, here's where things get interesting. A penny's value isn't just about how many were made, it's about the rare errors and varieties that can make even a common coin skyrocket in value. Take, for example, the famous double die errors. These occur when a coin is struck twice by the minting press, creating a doubling effect on certain parts of the coin. On a 2001 D penny, this could happen on the date, lettering, or even Lincoln's profile. Another error to look out for is an off-center strike, where the coin's design isn't properly aligned, creating a visually striking mistake. Collectors go wild for these kinds of errors, and their value can range from hundreds to even thousands of dollars. So, can a 2001 D Lincoln penny really be worth millions? Well, the truth is, no regular 2001 D penny has sold for millions, yet. But some have sold for thousands, especially if they feature rare errors in perfect condition, graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC. Coins with a high grade, meaning they're in near perfect, mint state condition, can fetch a significant premium. A 2001 D penny graded MS-68 or higher can sell for several $100s, while certain error pennies from the same year can command much higher prices. If you're eager to find out if you're sitting on a fortune, here's what to look for. First, grab a magnifying glass and examine the coin carefully. Pay attention to the date, mint mark, and Lincoln's profile for any doubling or unusual features. Next, check the edges for off-center strikes or any other anomalies. If you think you've found something special, consider getting it graded by a professional service to determine its true value. So you've found a valuable 2001 D penny. What's next? There are several ways to sell your coin. You can list it on online platforms like eBay or visit local coin dealers and auction houses to get expert opinions. The key is to do your research, compare prices, and choose the best option to maximize your return. The 2001 D Lincoln penny might seem like just another coin, but with a little knowledge and some careful inspection, it could be worth much more than its face value. While it's unlikely you'll find one worth millions, don't discount the possibility of discovering a rare error coin worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. So next time you check your change, don't be too quick to toss those pennies aside. You never know what kind of treasure you might be holding. If you found this video helpful, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss out on more coin collecting tips, rare coin discoveries, and more. And hey, let us know in the comments if you've ever found a valuable penny in your collection. Have you ever found a penny in your change and thought, could this be worth more than just a single cent? Well, today, we're diving into the fascinating world of the 2016 D Mint Mark Lincoln penny. We'll cover its history, what makes some of these pennies potentially worth millions of dollars, and how you can check your pocket change to see if you're sitting on a fortune. Let's start with some quick history. The Lincoln penny has been in circulation for over 100 years. First introduced in 1909, the design has seen a few changes, but Abraham Lincoln's portrait has remained a constant. The D Mint mark on the 2016 penny indicates that it was minted in Denver, Colorado. 2016 wasn't a particularly special year for the Lincoln penny, but even in seemingly ordinary years, errors or special varieties can make these coins extremely valuable. The Denver Mint is one of the key U.S. mints, and in 2016, it produced millions of these pennies. But here's where things get interesting. Some of these pennies might be worth way more than their face value. Alright, now let's get into the big question. How can a 2016 D Mint mark penny possibly be worth millions of dollars? The answer lies in two key factors: errors and condition. First, let's talk about errors. Error coins are some of the most sought after by collectors, and they can make even common coins incredibly valuable. Look for things like, this happens when the coin is struck twice, causing doubled images, especially around the lettering or Lincoln's profile. This is when the coin's design is not properly aligned during minting, leading to a part of the design being off-center. Small cracks on the coin that appear as raised lines or bumps. These are from cracks in the die used to strike the coins. Any of these errors on a 2016 D penny could make your coin worth hundreds, if not thousands, of dollars. But even if your penny doesn't have an error, its condition can also make it valuable. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect coin. A 2016 D penny in flawless, mint state condition could fetch a pretty penny, pun intended. The most pristine coins are often sent to professional grading services like PCGS or NGC. If a 2016 D penny receives a high grade, say MS67 or MS68, it could easily be worth a few $100s or more. And if you're one of the lucky few to find a top-graded penny, it could even sell for thousands. So, how do we get from hundreds or thousands to millions? In rare cases, certain errors or high-grade coins are so scarce that they become extremely valuable at auction. Recently, even modern pennies have fetched insane prices due to their rarity in top condition or because of unique errors that make them one of a kind. For example, the 1943 copper penny was once believed to be worth just a cent, but one sold for over $1 million. While number 2016 D penny has sold for quite that much yet, it's possible that an undiscovered error or a perfect grade could change that. So, how do you check if your 2016 D penny is valuable? Here's what you need to do. 1. Use a magnifying glass or microscope and look for doubling, misalignments, or die cracks. 2. Is the coin shiny and free of major scratches or dings? If so, it could be worth grading. 3. If you think you've found something special, send your coin to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. They can give you an official grade, which could boost its value. You never know when you might stumble across an error or high-grade coin just sitting in your pocket change. So, always keep an eye out. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to stay updated on all things coin collecting. Who knows? Your next penny could be worth a fortune. And if you've found a valuable coin or want to learn more about other rare finds, drop a comment below. We love hearing your stories. Could this simple penny in your pocket be worth millions? Stay tuned because in today's video, we're diving deep into the history, value, and potential treasure that is the 2020 D Mint Mark Lincoln penny. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the bell icon for more exciting coin discoveries. The Lincoln penny has been a staple of American currency for over 110 years. First introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth, it was the first U.S. coin to feature a president's face. The iconic design has changed over the years, but the penny remains a collector's favorite. But today, we're focusing on one specific version, the 2020 Lincoln penny with the D Mint mark, produced in Denver, Colorado. So what makes the 2020 D penny so special? While millions of these pennies were minted, there are several factors that can make some of these coins worth way more than face value. First, 2020 was a unique year for production. The COVID-19 pandemic led to unexpected coin shortages, mint shutdowns, and disruptions in circulation. This makes uncirculated, pristine condition coins from this period more valuable than your average penny. Now, let's talk about mint marks and errors. A D Mint mark, as seen here, indicates that the coin was minted in Denver. But that's not all collectors are after. What really makes some of these 2020 D pennies valuable are mint errors. From double die strikes to off-center coins, errors can significantly increase a coin's value. In fact, error coins from the Lincoln penny series have sold for thousands, even millions of dollars at auctions. Imagine finding a mint error on your penny that could make it worth more than a car or even a house. Alright, so you're probably wondering how you can check if your 2020 D penny is a rare treasure. Here's a quick step-by-step guide. Make sure it's a D4 Denver. 2. Use a magnifying glass to check for any doubling on the date, lettering, or Lincoln's profile. 3. A penny in mint state or uncirculated condition will have more value. Look for luster and no visible wear. If you think your penny might be special, have it professionally graded by a service like PCGS or NGC. A high-grade 2020D penny could fetch a high price at auction. So, how much could a 2020D penny be worth? While most are worth face value, high-grade coins in mint condition can sell for $20, $50, or even more depending on their grade. And if you happen to find a penny with a rare mint error, the price skyrockets. Some error pennies have sold for tens of thousands at auctions, and collectors are always on the lookout for these hidden gems. Now the big question, could your 2020D penny be worth millions? While it's extremely rare, certain error pennies in the Lincoln series have sold for millions of dollars. In fact, the famous 1943 copper penny sold for $1.7 million. Though finding one worth millions is like winning the lottery, there's always a chance you might have a valuable penny hiding in plain sight. So, what are you waiting for? Check your pockets, check your drawers, and check that jar of coins under your bed. You might just be sitting on a hidden fortune. If you found this video helpful, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content on rare coins and collectibles. And let me know in the comments, have you found any 2020D pennies worth keeping? I'd love to hear your stories.